problem is, though, they think every bump in the night, every shadow they see on the wall, every kid that happens to scream in the alley because some kid took their pillowcase full of all their candy, everything has to do with you-know-who.
I thought they didn't find his body.
Of course they want you to believe that his body wasn't found. His body was toast, fried, burnt to a crisp in the ashes at Haddonfield Memorial along with his doctor. I didn't find his body because it was lying there in the ashes. People gotta think about this kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? They gotta think about it. Michael Myers is dead.
What's going on? Welcome back to Alan's Horror World. My name is Alan. Of course, you guys already know that. So, it's Slashback Saturday once again, and this is my 5th episode of the Slashback Challenge. So, this week's theme is non-feature slasher films. So, I pretty much came up with my choice the second I got this idea from the Horror Man when he announced the theme for this week. So I decided to choose a fan film. The Horror Man, Joe, I hope you're fine with this. I chose Dave McRae's Halloween fan film, Halloween the Night He Came Back, released in 2016. So the story of Halloween the Night He Came Back is basically this. There's this shy and introverted actress named Lauren who is trying to get a part in this horror movie, like a random horror movie basically, and basically she moves back to Haddonfield, Illinois to reconnect with her brother Bob, and unbeknownst to her, she's actually connected with the events that happened in 1978. This takes place 40 years after the first 2 Halloween films, yes, counting the original Halloween 2. And Michael Myers stalks her throughout Haddonfield for pretty much the entire runtime of this movie, but he does kill random people along the way. So yeah, I've seen this fan film 4 times. My most recent watch was for this Slashback review. And yeah, I've heard some very mixed opinions on this film. Dave McRae is a freaking Halloween purist. Like, he knows all about Michael Myers, and like, yeah, and like, he compliments the original. He holds the original like on this very high pedestal, and the sequels are down here. So that's basically it. So he wanted to make this fan film for the fans, and I have to say, he did a really good job with this fan film. Yes, this is one of the best fan films I've ever seen. Dave McRae did a very good job on this. I'm sorry if the lighting is kind of sucky. I'm sorry. It's just, sometimes it goes really dark on me, so ignore that, and then it goes really bright. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's basically like how this fan film is like. Like, this is definitely a fan film for the fans, and I have to say it's also really creepy at times. I have some problems with the movie, which we'll get to. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and rat out some of the cons in this fan film, so let's go ahead and get to those. Negative number 1, it's a little too short. It would have been okay if it was a feature-length fan film. For me, like, feature slashers are like films that were released theatrically. This is a fan film, so it's not featured, but it would have been good if this was at least an hour long, not 45 minutes, but it's okay, because the pace is really good, and yeah, but I don't want to rat out my positives. We'll get to those later, but it's a little too short. So that's kind of a problem. Negative number 2, the acting is really hammy here and there. Dave McRae gives the best performance in the whole movie. He plays the sheriff and Michael Myers. He delivers Michael Myers to absolute perfection. He captures the spirit of Nick Castle without copying Nick Castle, which is a good thing, but also delivering his own take of Myers. So yeah, that's actually sort of a positive that I'll get to later. I don't want to say too much right now. But the acting by the main actress, Leah Keller, who I'm assuming is Dave McRae's girlfriend or wife, I'm assuming, I don't know. She doesn't give a very good performance in this movie. At some points in this movie, her performance is really good. But other moments, it's just like, she could have done a little better. It's like in nearly every fan film she's in, she's not that good at all. So, yeah, I unfortunately have to discredit Leah Keller. But I will credit her for at least trying, because she actually did try, and I have to give her credit for that. Negative number 3, this is the last negative of this movie. The ending pretty much copies the ending of the original, like, to the freaking T. Like, the ending is literally copied, and that's not a good thing. You cannot copy your freaking ending. Like, Michael is shot several times, falls down some stairs, and then he just disappears. And I'm just like, do not copy the ending of the original. They literally copied the shots from the original and Michael breathing. I'm just like, don't do that. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to copy the original masterpiece. You're not supposed to do that. The original is my favorite film of all time, and that ending was perfect. But the fact that Dave McRae copied that ending doesn't work for me. It's a good ending, sure, but it copies the original, and it's something that I do not want in a fan film. You should not copy the freaking ending to the actual film you're doing this as a sequel to. Do not copy the ending. You will freaking regret it. That's all I'm saying. Now, I do have quite a few positives with this movie. Let's get to them. Positive number 1. This movie is actually really creepy and atmospheric at times, and really captures the spirit of the original when it comes to the atmosphere. And I'm actually going to point out Michael Myers in this one too. Dave McRae is a great Michael Myers. He gives a very good personification of the shape, and the mask is really good. The mask is one of the best of the series, so I actually do kind of consider this a part of the Halloween franchise. But if I did, it would create another timeline, so it's just a fan film for me. But it really captures the spirit of the original Halloween without making it a carbon copy, except for the ending. But yeah, I think Dave McRae did a very good job on that. He does blue low-key lighting for some of his shots, which is always great to see in a Halloween movie. Like, if you have blue low-key lighting shots, you're always gonna have a freaking creepy movie, and that's exactly what he did for this. And that's kind of why I chose to do that in my Halloween 5 fan edit. So basically that. Positive number 2 is the score in this movie. A lot of the score is from the original. Sorry for the very terrible lighting here, but basically, the score, most of it is from the original and part 2 and part 4 at certain points, and part 5 even. There's a lot of moments of music from the first 5 Halloween movies, excluding part 3 because it's not Michael Myers' film. But yeah, but there's also some new music in there, which I really like. There's a lot of new music I love, and yeah. I really wish I could find that music though, because it's so good. I really wish I could, but I probably never will. Dave McRae, if you are watching this, leave me a link to the freaking music you used, the additional music you used, not the ones from the Halloween films, like the additional music, like in this scene right here. So yeah, the score is great, and the new music actually fits with this movie, so great job, Dave. Great job. Positive number 3, Dave McRae as the sheriff is really good. Because Dave McRae, I actually freaking said his name wrong. What the heck? Dave McRae is actually a professional voice actor, which is pretty good, and you can definitely tell in this fan film. Like, he has had some acting experience, and yeah, you could definitely see that in this movie. Again, bad lighting. Look at this. It's horrible. It's because I'm trying to keep the TV in focus, but yeah, Dave McRae does give a very good performance as the sheriff, and he was actually really funny at times. Like, the big scene he's in is really, really self-aware with, like, things that usually happen on Halloween. Here's the scene.
They didn't find his body. That's an urban legend. You know it, and I know it. And of course they want you to believe that his body wasn't found. His body was toast, fried, burnt to a crisp in the ashes at Haddonfield Memorial, along with his doctor. That's what happened. They didn't find his body because he was lying there in the ashes.
Right.
We're going to get a call in about 5 minutes from
Mrs. Hunt,
exactly.
yes.
And she's going to call and she's going to be complaining about some bump she heard, in her kitchen, or her cat stepped on a dish, some kid she heard screaming outside, and it's just like, oh God, it's Halloween. These things happen on Halloween.
That is a really good scene. I really, really dug that scene. And I was just like, wow. I was just like, and it really delivered Dave's performance right there, and it made it so much better. And the fact that he was so meta there was really, really genius. And I was just like, that is exactly what happens on Halloween night for, like, elderly people and children and all that stuff. Like, the elderly woman will probably call the police just because she heard a scream next door. And that's exactly what the freaking woman does in this movie. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's just freaking great. It's just great. It really, really is. Overall, I don't have that much else to say because this is a 45-minute fan film. I really, really dug this movie my recent time watching it. It was great. Dave McRae did a very good job. It's not the best fan film I've ever seen, but still Never Hike Alone. Thank you, Womp Pictures, for making that. Apparently there's going to be a sequel to that. Really, really cool. I really want to see a sequel to that. But yeah, but basically that. I really, really dug this movie. And yeah, but there may be some people who might not like it because a lot of people say this is a carbon copy of the original. Some scenes do reference the original without being a carbon copy. So whoever says that, you guys are liars. So yeah. I'm not going to give this movie a modern marvel because it's not fantastic. It's really good, but it's not great. It's not on the level of great that you guys were expecting. It's still a great movie, but it's not fantastic in the slightest. If Dave actually improved on some certain things and made it a little longer, it would have probably been a modern marvel. So I'm going to give it a get rid of your dollars for this. Even though this is a fan film and it'll probably never get on Blu-ray or anything, I'm giving it a get rid of your dollars for this. Just because it's really good, but it doesn't quite reach the level of a modern marvel. So, if you have seen this fan film, what do you guys think of Halloween the Night He Came Back? Let me know in the comments below. Do you really like this fan film? Do you think Dave did a really good job with it? Because I actually do. Are you in the middle, like, it was alright, it wasn't a great fan film, but it was definitely cool? Or do you not like this one? I don't think I've heard people say they hate it, but they just didn't like it. So, yeah, that was my review of Halloween the Night He Came Back. If you have not seen this fan film, if you have not seen this fan film, you definitely need to check it out. It's really good. It's just 45 minutes of your time. I swear you're not going to waste it unless you don't like it. So, yeah. Be looking forward to my review of Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Master coming out in a couple days because I have some very interesting opinions on it. You guys might hate me if you love the movie, but yeah, be looking forward to that in a few days. I'm actually 3 subscribers away from 150, which is insane. And I'm just like, it really overwhelms me, guys. It really does. So thank you so much. I will do kind of a special where I say thank you and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do another Q&A video until I get to 200 subscribers, unfortunately. For you guys, anyway. I've had too much Q&A videos going on, but yeah. So, once again, if you haven't seen this fan film, you should check it out, so yeah. Once again, I'm Adalynn. This is Adelynn's Horror World. Of course, you guys already know that I love all you guys to death, and until next time,